Welcome to our third match of the day on Ontario Cup weekend. Under 18s, under 21s playing center stage in this rainy, turning into an overcast and potentially sunny, fingers crossed, Sunday. Burlington Bayhawks taking on the Markham Lightning FC. That's the Bayhawks in their blue and yellow. They'll be headed left to right on your screen. In black and white is Markham Lightning FC, headed right to left. Cal McClellan pleased to be able to describe the moving pictures as they happen on Ontario Soccer live stream. And right off the bat, it's Burlington picking off the pass and heading towards the corner, trying to get across. Nice cut. And into the six. And cleared, but not far enough. And a header knocked in, and then a little bit of grouping by the Lightning that they were able to come together and see that it didn't get that far, but a nice step up there. That's number 6 coming back from her defensive position, Mikolo. Haley Summers. Ellison now. Masha. This is going to go out for a throw-in, and it continues for Burlington. Masha takes a ricochet. This one, Mikolo across into the area. Good header out. And it's hammered up by, finally an out by Taylor Watson, who gets it up the far side. Forced to go back with a player giving chase, and probably more time than she thought she had was the Burlington goalkeeper. Instead, it's played out extremely quickly, and it'll be the first throw-in of the game to the Lightning. Paloma Tonegesi getting the start in nets for Burlington. She is a call-up and was not willing to take any risks at that point. Looking for that seeking ball in, but found out. Ellison plays backwards, as does Haley Summers. Tonegesi playing the short. Ellison at the captain's armband. Forward again. This is Kostishin. To her right. Masha tries to cut in, but she will win a corner in the process, as coming back to help out is Miranda Reger, and she had no other option but to knock it out for a corner kick. And it will be the girls in yellow and blue with a chance to snap in an early lead inside 3 minutes of this game. Masha. Ball across. Header down. Off the line. Excellent play by Markham. And a header that was destined for the back corner was most certainly picked off the line, and the clean sheet prevailed. That was none other than the right back, Miranda Reiger, number 8 in your program, and she was on back post. She stayed back post and saved a goal because of it. Reiger, first to it. Ellison. Nice ball forward. Buckner. Gurgic. And Gurgic will get the return pass and have a little bit of space in the corner to do so. Top of the area. This one's deflected out by the Lightning. Taking an extra little bit of step to make sure she's got it is Brow. Sydney Brow. Sending it backwards. Up the line, unable to paint the line. It's going to be a Markham throw. Well, the Lightning got here the hard way. They were in all 3 rounds. They won on penalty kicks in the first. And then knocked down North Mississauga 1-0 in the second round before taking out the Oshawa Kicks in the third. And that's how they find their way to the finals. Burlington Bayhawks 5-0 winners before dropping the St. Catharines Jets in the next round. And that puts them in the final today. So different paths, varying degrees of ease for both, but certainly the mettle tested for Markham. And having those penalty kicks already under their belt in the Ontario Cup most certainly does help. Makes it a little easier for going through that nervy process. Push to the ground. And that foul going against Burlington, and specifically Haley Summers. Long ball put in. Pascalito. Oh, and this might fall. For a kick. And an opener! And it's going to trickle in! Well, there was an attempt there from Jemiah Henderson initially. But it took a couple deflections and found its way all the way over to Brianna Dessa. And Dessa was able to pounce on it and give the opening goal here in the 6th minute of play. So we had an early goal last time. We'll get an early goal this time as well. Ivy Mae Perez checking into the game. And checking out number 10, Natasha Flintissis. So it looked to be all Burlington to start, but the first goal goes directly to Markham, and here could be another one. Opportunity. Laminana to double it. Oh, and an excellent save by the keeper. While Melissa Lamanna was in, she went to her left foot, and it was a beautiful save by the call-up. And that's just absolutely beautiful from Tony Gessie. So Dessa's opener in the 6th minute nearly doubled a minute later. If not for the beautiful work of Tony Gessie, as she gives orders to the back line now. And Markham crashing the 6 on the thud of the ball. And another one hammered back in across the face of goal, a deflection. Not enough to get a whole lot on it. Tony Gessie standing her ground and then playing the short out to the left. And a little bit too hot. This one skirts up towards half and over it. Be a throw in for Markham going back the other way. Summers. This one takes a deflection. It's going to go all the way to Watson, who hammers it back down the sideline. Played in and a nice little give and go with Henderson. Jamoya Henderson in the box on that last goal. Found its way over to Dessa. Dessa, made no mistake. Giving chase now is Lazenby. He's got to be right about this. And Chisholm popping it up to the far side, heading and getting there first. And popping it up again. Quetition. That's going to be another corner kick, this time on the far side. Quetition took a ricochet off, and everyone sets up around the 6. Pleading for man marking from Coach Tommy Bianchi. There's the thud of the ball into the 6. Header up. Trying to get a quick clear, laying it back. But Markham with a bunch of bodies just in front of the ball. And Mikolo's shot just hammered off a player in white. So no worse for wear is Sydney Brow. And Brow back to her feet, takes a little sip of water, and she's right back into it. And cleared out at the top of the 18 as it skipped across the top. We're going to run out of play, and certainly after getting scored on, Burlington right back, trying to play in the final third of Markham. Good control from Markham, trying to find some space. They do along the side. Left footer across. Two players thought it would run to one another, and a little bit of confusion there between Kostishin and Ellison. Going over to take the corner kick is Badavanak. So, right foot on the corner. Going to try and swing it in. And this time the referee says no more extracurriculars as Deanna Ellison puts her hand up to say, I'm not guilty. And I'm not doing anything. This one swung in. It's a good ball. Oh, and very nearly. Back post. Still a chance for Mikolo. She loops it back in. Header! And on the end of it to even this game up for Burlington. Here in the 12th minute of play, and it was Mikolo whipping a ball across. And Marin Boyle header right on the end. Exactly where she had to be to even this one up. So 2 early goals in the 6th, in the 12th. And we are tied once again in the under-21 women's championship game. Of course, people might wonder, it's still relatively early in summer. Why do we have an Ontario Cup game this early when you see the lower age levels in September? And that's because most of the girls you see before you will have other teams they're playing for in university. They are of that age, so this allows these players to be settled, go back to school, continue education, and continue working with their university teams. And the schedule is adjusted accordingly as this ball runs down the side all the way to Bernstein. Bernstein's going to head backwards towards Summers. Summers going to try and take as much space as she's offered, but runs out of it and was able to thwart the attempt to her right before she goes back to that again. Going to ground is Henderson. Referee says absolutely not, and it will in fact be a corner kick. So Jamoya Henderson thought she had an appeal. Throw in on the near sideline. Ellison trying to get rid of it. Nice little step over there from Rieger. Or excuse me, step over from Perez. Giving chases. Lamanna. Kostishin. Running down. Center field. Trying to go around. This is a nice move forward by Boyle. Boyle to Kostishin, and a great saving play there as going to ground was Reiger. And pushing out back the other way now. This is Vihaus. Over the top and headed on and into the right area by Henderson. More from Henderson. Henderson slowed up as much as possible by Summers, trying to allow for her teammates to get back. Perez. High for Dessa. Down low and sent across the face of goal. Out to the top of the box. Masha. And this is Buckner. And this ball's going to run, but it's not going to run too far if she wants to get to it. It will run all the way to her opponent, and Watson's there to hammer it back. Bernstein. Buckner. Great ball forward, except it takes a bounce or two, and it's going to run all the way to the keeper, Emma Chisholm, is happy to take it at her feet. Wait to be challenged is coming up is Kostishin, and Haley Kostishin forcing her to pick it up. 1-1. Inside the 16th minute from distance. It finds the net. While a mistake there and pouncing on it immediately was Burlington. And we know the Bayhawks can score in bunches. Well, they've got a couple here in this one in the 16th minute. It was Miranda Badavinak. Goals in the 6th, 12th, and 16th minute. You're getting what you paid for here in the Under-21 Ontario Cup Finals. Nice little step over there from Perez, and excellent work. Goes back to Reiger. Reiger finds a space, cuts in, is looking for someone going forward. Summers pushing. Indoors a couple bumps. Referee tried to play advantage. We'll have to call it back. Forward now from Bernstein. Goal scorer Boyle. Boyle. No time to turn. See a long ball potentially for Henderson. Trying to find Jamoya Henderson instead. It's Summers going backwards. Henderson comes out on the better part of the ball. If she can get it across, she might have an opportunity. Instead, it's going to be ricocheted off the defender's foot. It will go out for a corner kick. The visitors are Burlington. They're in yellow and blue. They have a 2-1 lead after going down a goal inside 6 minutes. They've scored in the 6th, or excuse me, the 12th and the 16th to counter a goal in the 6th. And they're defending a corner piece against Markham now. This ball headed out, but nobody there. Reiger. This might have a go from distance. She does, except she doesn't get enough on it, and it's going to skip once before it comes all the way to the keeper. Long ball. Over the head of the other goal scorer, Badovanak, and out of play. Watson. She's got the ball in her hand, trying to get a good throw. It's a good throw. Comes to Markham, trying to shield and do what they can. That's a nice move from Sydney Bro. Long ball. A lot to run onto here by Masha. And a little too far for her as Chisholm takes it slow, waits for Kostishin to show, and then we'll back up and try to get it down the field as far as possible. It goes as far as Buckner. As Buckner got rid of it and had it come back to her. Dessa. Watson. Down the sidelines. Bernstein's going to have to play it. He's got Gurgic back with her. Ball to the far side, and falling down was Perez. Made it easier for Ellison to come up with the ball and knock it on forward. Masha giving chase now. And Reiger knocking it out of bound. Substitution being called for on the near side. So Jaya Regan, Kira Flynn, and Sophie Kleisen all checking into the game for Burlington. 3 changes. It's one of those changes on the ball right now. Jaya Regan just gives chase. Regan comes up with it. Still Regan. If she can get her right foot, she'll have a chance for her squad. And this one at least winning a corner, bouncing off Emma Chisholm on the near post. And out of play on the 6, so good job by Regan, making her presence felt almost immediately. We're playing the short. Regan backwards. Oh, and a chance for a header coming in and not able to get on the end of it. And a very good move coming forward by Kleisen, the other substitute. There's a good ball whipped across by Mikolo, which she's done quite a bit of recently, and a nice read there in turn by Buckner. Buckner still with the ball. Hammers it into space. She didn't have very many options, but no one running onto it. Ellison does well to get a hold of it. Head it first time. Ball comes back to her. She double clutches and then gets the ball wide. Kleisen. Flick on and looking for Marin Boyle making a run. Instead, it's going to come all the way back, and it's going to go for a lightning throw as Kira Flynn was not able to get a hold of that one. Just passed into the 24th minute of play. It is a 2-1 lead for the Burlington Bayhawks over the Markham Lightning in this under-21 Ontario Cup Championship game. From the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan, I am Cal McClellan, and it's the third of such games we're able to bring you, crowning the Vaughan Azzurri champions in both the under-18 girls and the under-18 boys division. Both fairly convincing victories. Had to weather a little bit of a storm, but for the most part, they had a solid outing, each of them, on the way to a championship. Girls here are blessed with a little better conditions than their younger counterparts. Nice little step over there to keep possession from Burlington. It rained most of the morning. It stopped raining and then kept raining for, I want to say, well into the second half of the last game. And now, perhaps, we might have drier weather, which would make the pitch very different for the under-18 boys as it is for the under-21 men, who will kick off after this. Hammered towards goal. Chisholm might be trouble, but she watches it go over safely. And no problem there. Well, it's going to be Emily Cerrone as well as Melissa Lamanna. So Lamanna and Cerrone coming in. Could be Watson and Vihouse coming out. Flicked on. Williams. Nice ball from her forward. Well controlled. Push forward. Henderson has a chance. She plays wide, except not able to catch up with that, and coming in was Sydney Bro, so it'll go back the other way. And a foul and run over from behind the Lightning, and it'll be a free kick going for White. Knocked in towards the top of the 18. Henderson. Pass a little errant. Mikolo to the outside. A nice work getting up and around as Mikolo played it. Just a whip around the sidelines and a great ball down as giving chase now is Masha off a good ball from Gurgic. And it's going to run out of play and pick this one up and try to get it back in is Clayson. Excuse me, Reagan. Mikolo to throw. '27th minute of play. It's a 2-1 lead for Burlington. Knocking on the door, looking for more. Mikolo. Played in. Reagan. Good first touch. It's going to be a goal kick as it goes off the side of Reagan's boot, and good defending at the back for Reiger. First two header, good job by Boyle to get in there. Forward. Ellison. Far side now, that's Clayson. Clayson gives it away. Lamanna. Gurgic. Ellison. Oh, it's a nice play. Boyle and Ellison. And plays it into space. That ball intended for Mikolo. It's not going to get there. And it's kicked out of play. This one's going to stay with Burlington. Mikolo will leave it. Reiger will take it. And 29 minutes into this one. A 2-1 lead. Reiger having to give chase, bearing down on her Reagan. And the only play is to kick it out of bounds. Masha. Oh, an excellent save. A phenomenal save by Emma Chisholm. As Masha setting them up on the doorstep and keeping it 2-1. A phenomenal save from Chisholm. Very good quick hands and good positioning. Corner kick coming up. In swinger, right foot. Oh, a little bit of trouble, but it swung a little too far and right under the top of the net. And after an excellent save by Emma Chisholm, she'll kick this one off. But a great play right there as Masha sent it out to a box that had Kleisen and Ellison buzzing all over it, and Chisholm right there. Substitution coming in right now for Markham, and it's going to be Natasha Flintissis. So Flintissis is going to be in for Chantel Williams. Be a foul going to go the way of Burlington. They're looking at how they can take it quick, but they leave it. Coming back to stand over it now is Tiana Buckner. Long hit from distance, all the way seeing it is Chisholm. A foul going to run against Ellison. And Markham. Another chance to try and get back into this. It would be a larger deficit if not for that wonderful Chisholm save just moments ago. Instead, this is Emily Cerrone over the ball. Cerrone curling that one in, but only gets as far as the top of the 18, sent back, and then possession held by Markham. Onside. Sydney Breaux trying to create some space and go 1v1. Trying to go at Gurgic. Very good defender. Plays top of the box. Chance here. And Ellison doing well to get there first. And then doing well to get there first is Riggin. And for a place back in. And a foul. And it is going to go against Markham and go the way of Burlington. Here, 33 minutes into the first half of the Under-21 Ontario Cup Women's Final. That's Burlington in blue and yellow with the ball. In white, Markham. If you're just joining us, it is 2-1 for Burlington. Ball played backwards is trying to press Tiana Buckner. Has it come back to her. Far side now, Lightning. Trying to pinch. And they'll get a turnover. Henderson losing possession. Trying to kick it forward. They're going to substitution again on the near side, and it'll be substitution in threes. 16, 12, and 10. That's Kostishin, Haley Summers, and Badovinic. All the way back for Chisholm. Chisholm staying to that side where she has players. Flintissis giving chase. Comes back to Flintissis. Ivy May Perez. A good job shielding there. And to win the throw, and that's great from Summers. It's a great ball forward now, played in. Badovinic from distance, looking for back post, but was going wide, and Chisholm having to watch that one go. There'll be a substitution again coming in the near side. Chisholm sends this one high up to midfield, trying to attack it with a head. Does, and pays the price for it. As getting bumped off the ball completely by Lamanna, and Lamanna is going to get a talking to for being very nonchalant about the whole thing. Not a card, but at least a warning. Sent high on the near side now. Riggin, nice turn. Very nice turn by Jaya Riggin. A little bit of space down on the right-hand side. Riggin, ball across the face. Chisholm watching it going out and not going to threaten her at this point, as we still have a 2-1 game in the 38th minute of play and approaching halftime. Not a whole lot of stoppages to speak of, other than the momentarily getting the ball out of the net for the few goals, but major injuries, really. Chisholm getting set to send this one back into play for her side. They've been in close games before, 2-1, absolutely not insurmountable, and made easier by that great Chisholm save before. Buckner called off by her teammate Kleisen, pushes it forward. Losing possession, and Philantissis losing possession in turn till it comes back to her. Dessa, good ball. Nice flick in. Running onto that on the far side is Lamanna. Looking for the ball in. Riggin takes it, right foot. Across the face, and an excellent save again, and it's knocked in on the rebound. Well, Chisholm made a beautiful save, but it was finished clinically by Haley Kostishin. And she's got the third goal in the 39th minute of play. They could not turn in the save before by Chisholm. No mistake made as unmarked number 10, able to hammer it into the netting for a 3-1 lead for the visitors. That's Watson checking back in. Collision there. Buckner plays it back down. Only person running back and tracking back is Emily Cerrone. Dessa doing well. Dessa takes the ball back. Nice little drag over and a step over Buckner. And Buckner gets what she wanted. So hold on to that. Oh, it's a nice little drag. An opportunity to play in. Stays it onside. Looks to the assistant referee, but it ran off the boot of Brianna Masha. Masia. Still Masia. Goes to ground this time, and she wins the free kick, does Brianna Masia. Buckner. Great ball in from Buckner, skips towards the back post. No one able to get on the end of it. Chisholm still holding on to it. And about 4 minutes until halftime, plus whatever added time the referee deems necessary. Knocked forward there by Lazenby. Brow. Still Brow muscled off the ball. Kostishin. Riggin making a run. It goes through. Riggin getting on the end of that and stealing it off the boot. Still Riggin cutting it back. Kostishin. Oh, look to play one in for a cutting player from distance, and this one always going up. And well, Buckner had a good hit, didn't she? Just couldn't keep it back. Perhaps pleading with their striker to be more greedy and put this game to bed early, as they feel Haley Kostishin could have finished a couple there. But ever the good teammate trying to set her teammates up, and one of them was a superb pass, if we're being honest. She might have passed up a good opportunity, but Kostishin with that vision. Well, going the wrong way now is Bro, and going a long way to do it. But she was able to hook up her teammate, vacate the space, and will now give chase. Kostishin. Masia. Watson breaking it up. Good job by Watson. Plenty of time if they want to go all the way back. They do. A little bit of tug on the jersey seen from a mile away, and Perez going to get rung up for a foul. In the 44th minute of play, Cal McClellan pleased to be bringing you all of the sounds, moving pictures, all of us here at Ontario Soccer on the live stream. Kwesi and the crew and Perez. And a long ball played in, and a good job by Summers to get up there and make the head first. Ellison. Or Bernstein, excuse me, on that last one. Gurgic. Oh, Gurgic went right boot on boot. And it looked like they got ball, but there was a really, really wicked smack there. And it's good to see Gurgic back up almost immediately. Knocked out of play, is trying to find some room along the far side, and is Cara Flynn. Not able to do so as into the 45th minute of play now. Gurgic. Masia, it's going to be 1 minute of extra time, and it's going to be offside. Be offside on the far side. It's nice to see the umbrellas away. Slight breeze. Knocked all the way up and out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Skyhawks, or the Bayhawks, excuse me. Some kind of hawk. Bayhawk. Knocked in. Masia trying to find places to turn. Flynn plays inward. And all the way back, and Perez lurking in the bushes trying to potentially steal one, but Summers is now playing a little deeper. And it works out because it runs off Perez, and it'll be in the last minute of injury time. A ball working its way down to Kostishin. Nice turn by Kostishin. She'll have a hit, but she had to adjust for the defender jumping into the way in the name of Emily Cerrone, and she had to play it backwards. So one last opportunity. I would wager about 15 to 20 seconds to go, and once the ball hits the ground, referee communicating with the fourth official. This one's sent up, and it might be a little bit of a turnover. Cerrone headed out. Stolen, looking from distance, running in on it. Riggin, not able to get there. Holding on to it for her allotted 6 seconds is Chisholm. Going to send it high. Referee monitoring the time closely. Still not inclined to blow the whistle, and Kostishin with a chance. This could be the last one. From distance. Oh, and it's excellent save. What an excellent save there. Brianna Masha hammered it towards the backside post. And Emma Chisholm has made 3 great saves, 2 of them keeping people off the score sheet. It'll be one last corner kick in this half. And it was a wonderful chance for Brianna Masha. Up to the penalty spot. Buckner giving chase. Pop back post. It was a good ball, except Watson was right there. Referee still. Now we'll blow the whistle. Well, a couple good chances and an opportunity there to go 3 goals up at the end, but Emma Chisholm, you can't be happy if you let 3 goals in, but there's a few more that most certainly would have found their way to the back of the net, and the keeper keeping her side in this under-21 women's final at the Ontario Cup. We will be back with second half action right after this.
Ontario Soccer is redefining the way that a sports organisation should engage with its partners.
It is a privilege to work with Ontario Soccer.
I think it's very exciting times for Ontario Soccer.
Ontario Soccer has been a great partner.
Their value system is a great alignment with the Gatorade brand.
Partnership is truly a give and take, and mostly it starts with giving, and that's why they've been such great partners.
What really makes us different is our reach, our relevance, and our resources. In terms of reach, we're connecting with almost 1 million Ontarians that are passionately connected with the game of soccer as players, as coaches, as match officials, and as volunteers.
The organization is growing so rapidly, and just the fan base.
The leadership, the teamwork, the communication skills.
The representation, and just the people in general.
We work with a number of UEFA federations back in Europe. We work with the NSCAA in America, working with Ontario Soccer. Really gives us, significant credibility across Canada.
The relevance really speaks to how we connect with the grassroots and all the people that are playing and consuming the game of soccer.
Ontario Soccer obviously provide a platform for kids to play soccer, which is, the numbers are huge, and the sort of excitement and the enthusiasm for the game is absolutely massive.
They are engaged with 650 plus clubs, academies, and regions across the province, and it helps us immensely to reach our target demographic. The game of soccer evolves, and you have to evolve with it or you'll be left behind, and I think Ontario Soccer is at the forefront of youth development and grassroots soccer.
The resources is really summarized by our market-leading talent that we have as part of our Ontario soccer team, but also the bricks and mortar that is really exemplary with our Ontario Soccer Centre that truly acts as the pinnacle of the game across Ontario.
Their team really is best in class at understanding our brand and really ideating around how we can come together to collaboratively elevate the athlete experience.
For us, one of the other things that was key was the relationship that we've had with Bjorn Osiek. Bjorn was a customer in the past, he's a great ambassador to our company, and he's also a close friend.
And all this together really makes us the ideal partner for anyone wanting to play in the soccer space.
If there's one thing that you could change today for tomorrow in Ontario soccer, what would it be that you would want to see change like that if you could? Obviously things don't work like that, but what would be that thing for you?
It's a tough question. It's almost for coaches and parents almost like an introduction of almost a presentation of, look, this is what's best, or something to allow them just to relax, calm down, enjoy the process and not focus on results. Because at the end of the day, it's the process that matters. It's enjoying, it's going to the sessions, enjoying it, coming back, socialising, being healthy, being active. If you access the high performance pathway, then great. But for me, it's really getting that message across of enjoy it. It's a game at the end of the day.
A tremendous year for us, 2018, as we continue to build the game of soccer in Ontario, and we're blessed to have this facility that we can use for our members and we can use for the community at large in not only advancing the game of soccer in the province of Ontario and the city of Vaughan, but at the same time make it available to our community groups. As you can see behind me, it's a beautiful first-class facility, new turf field in place, and 20 years of thousands of people, thousands of athletes, thousands of participants who've been part of the great legacy. And I want to extend my thanks to all the people before us who had the vision, who had the ability to make this facility happen. We're truly blessed as a family and truly blessed as an organization. So we want you to come out and support and continue to support soccer in Ontario, and at the same time support the centre. Want to extend our thanks to the staff and to all the people who have come through the doors of the soccer centre and really provided an era, a vision, a place for people to play, people to network, and people to communicate. So sincere thanks to everyone involved. It's a great year for this celebration of 20 years, and we look forward to many, many more opportunities of scheduling events and competitions at this first-class, world-class facility.
You're not in that role now, you're of course in coaching, but you got your start there, so maybe speak to that a little bit. Like, tell us what that role is. There's a lot of travel involved.
Yeah, there is a lot of travel. It's a great role. It's split up into different parts. So I'd say a quarter of it was looking at working with the districts and trying to go into districts, work with them, produce presentations on behalf of the district for coach development and grassroots information. Right. So, and then the second part of that was also to meet in the districts with the technical directors of all the districts, to then get a better message and getting a better understanding of what they need, what's required, and how Ontario Soccer can support and work with them. Right. So that was a major part of the role. The next part of the role was to work within OPDL and look at grassroots and make sure with the OPDL technical directors that their grassroots programming was strong, it was well supported, and it was a two-way process in order to help them develop, in order to help the grassroots programs evolve and move from one area to another in terms of growth.
So what does like a typical week look like for that role? Like what would you be doing in a typical week? Walk us through Monday to Friday.
So a typical week for a regional manager there's a lot of variation. For a start, you had a large area of the province to cover, but then you would generally communicate a lot with the technical directors of OPDL clubs. You would then communicate on a lot with districts, so there'd be days at home, or we work remotely planning, and then there'd be days on the road, or 3 or 4 days where you'd be doing a little bit of a road trip, going out to different clubs, working with them, and so on. So yeah, very, very varied.
Yeah, and that's what's sort of interesting about it. Like, I don't think people really get that you are going from Kingston to Windsor to up north and touching base with your responsibility is to each of these clubs to help them better what they're doing. So it's a support role.
Well, the Sun making its first appearance, checking in here in the 45th minute of play as we start the second half of the Under-21 Women's Ontario Cup. And already Burlington on the front foot moving forward and trying to get to that box, looking for a fourth goal. It is Burlington in blue and yellow. It is Markham in white and black. And it is a 3-1 lead for Burlington, amassed at the beginning in the first half. Goals in the 12th and the 16th and the 38th, as they were able to find cracks in this Markham defense after Markham got on the board first in the 6-minute courtesy of a Brianne Dessa strike. Top of the area. Ellison, nice little flick on with the instep, but no one else able to make a run onto it and tap it through. Chisholm, a couple good stops to her credit. In the first half, she sends this one long, tried to be flicked on by Lamanna. And Kara Flynn, the throw on the near side. First two at Watson. Ellison. Great ball by Ellison to the near side now. Kostishin. Ellison. And a ball sent in, and having a run on it was Maren Boyle. Takes a deflection. Ellison, so good in the middle of the pitch. Everything seems to funnel to her. Boyle, ball taken off her feet. A little bit more aggressive was Emily Lazenby. And a great ball played in, but reading that already and making sure that she was equal to the task was Mikolo. They're going to start out the other way and see if they can stretch them. Badavinak. It's going to head here. And it's going to be a free kick as Boyle was going in at top of the 18. Two-person wall. Tiana Buckner, good boot. She's able to get it to the net. Let's see if she can hang it up high enough for some of her teammates to get under it. Ellison's there. Kostishin's there. It's a great ball, back post. A little too much pace on it. It's always going wide. Chisholm standing her ground, watching it out. It's the 49th minute here at the Under-21 Women's Championship. Ball played in. Controlled by Boyle. It's outside for Riggin. Riggin popping it in, top of the area. Trying to get on the end of it first time, but it might have fallen for Kostishin. Kostishin still with it and dispossessed at the last second by the Markham Lightning player. Nice turn here by Deanna Ellison. Looking to play in Riggin, but they were on two different pages. It's going to run it for a goal kick. Bernstein popping it up. Trying to fight for it and get on the end of it is Henderson. Henderson does and is able to play that ball in. Defender knocking it backwards is Mikolo, but it, no worries, comes all the way back to the keeper and played out the side. Well, Toronto FC is a proud partner of youth soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, premier partner of Ontario soccer. Proud supporters they are. The MLS Cup champions, Canadian champions, is play the second leg against Ottawa next Wednesday. Took me a minute. First leg relatively uneventful. You didn't hear anything about that, I imagine. Thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support as Canada's premier dealer. Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit www.soccerx.com to check out all the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. www.soccerx.com. Soccer Express. Watson bodied off the ball. Flynn. It's going to run out of play, and it's going to stay with Burlington. Kira Flynn, good throw. Flicked on Kostishin. It's going to come all the way to Boyle. Boyle trying to go right through the player. Shot from distance, and this one will go all the way to Emma Chisholm. Experts in the field of youth concussion, Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital have formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. That's Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital doing wonderful work in ensuring that proper protocol is the name of the game. We know more than we did before, and going to use that information as best possible, so kudos to that work. It's a great ball. Excellent ball played towards the far side. Mikolo run off of it. Riggin going back to get it. Ellison playing back for Riggin, and off Riggin goes again. Williams still on the far side. Mikolo trying to find some space. Mikolo, low ball, kicked out for a corner. Good work from Mikolo over the course of the past game, specifically the past minute. Did a run, got knocked down, back up, makes a run down, wins a corner kick, and certainly easy to see when you have wingbacks like this who are able to get forward and join the play why this Burlington team has done as well as they have. Good ball in. Getting ahead on it was Kostishin. Not going to trouble Chisholm at all, though. Great ball from Cerrone up. Dessa. Flynn will take this throw. More from Flynn. Buckner, good hit. Always going wide. Headed back on by Boyle. Nice flick in there. Riggin on a run. Good defensive play by Cerrone to ensure that it's sent all the way down and having to give chase all the way back the other way. All the way back down to the keeper. Forward from Lazenby. Mikolo. Well, it hasn't been a busy day for Tonegussie, but she's most certainly been equal to the task every time she's had to deal with something. Kostishin, great ball played in. Back for Kostishin, looking for help. He's got a run going in. On the end of it, a great shot and a great save. Oh, it was Flynn making a run up the pitch. They found her. But Aaron Chisholm, once again, equal to the task. Bernstein clearing. Flynn up forward. Boyle giving chase. Headed on for Kostishin. She might be by herself. She gets to be by herself. Shot early, low, and Chisholm down to grab it. Emma Chisholm, several saves in Kostishin. I think kicking herself because I don't think she realized exactly how much time she had there. She could have gone in at least 3 or 4 more steps before she picked a corner. Boyle does well to hold on to it despite pressure from the back. Boyle moving forward. Kostishin. And here's a chance now. And Bodovonek will tap her rebound. No, she doesn't get there in time. And an excellent save by Emma Chisholm. She's under fire for the past 5 minutes. Here in the 57th. Chisholm just trying to weather the storm, but Bodovonek, Kostishin, all with good chances, as did Flynn. Bernstein loses possession. Dessa. Henderson now. Henderson trying to find her way through. Is she brought down? They say it's the other way. Henderson bowling over Haley Summers in the interpretation of the referee. Probably not wrong. Brianna Maschia coming in for Haley Kostishin. Kostishin obviously very good. We'll get a little bit of a breather, and if they need her later on, I would not be surprised to see her back on the pitch. But the way this game has looked and the way Burlington has pressured forward, we might not see her again. Ivy May Perez checking back in, as well as Philatisis. And Vijfhuis will check into the game as well. So she'll have the ball at her feet. Ivy May Perez will send it off. Bodovonek. Long ball. Bernstein missed it. Ricocheted off a hand, play on. Boyle tried to get there first. Bodovonek plays center. Ellison, someone giving chase over the top. And a nice header there by Pascalito to avoid damage. Ellison, very quick feet. Boyle on the side. Riggin going to get a touch on it first before Reiger can get to it. Reiger takes down Riggin. Still Riggin. Played across the face, Pascalito to safety. Brow not able to hold on to it. Boyle from distance popped up. It's going to go over the bar. 60th minute now. Still that same 3-1 score line that we saw in the first half. Nothing doing here. Sun came out for a bit. Sun went away. Rain has stayed away for the better part of an hour and a half, and we might well be in the clear. Perez up. Lifehouse trying to turn. Mashia couldn't hook up with that one. Buckner trying to find some room. Ellison pressured all the way back. Summers. Buckner turning in. Boyle. Ellison had it ricochet off her. Masha, top of the box. Masha fighting for it. Coming out with it is Cerrone. Henderson pushing is Summers. Summers worse for wear. Fair challenge. No, they'll say no. Henderson bumped into. Well, Badovinac will get rung up for the foul on that. It looked pretty close, but maybe a little bit aggressive coming in. Riggin knocking it up. Masha trying to get there first. Arms got up for both of them. Referee lets them play. Around the outside goes Buckner. Buckner in a foot race. Reiger going to ground. Gets a little bit of the ball. Enough to get Buckner off of it. And Bernstein sending it back all the way up. Corralled. Reiger. Buckner going to ground again. Riggin. Forward now. Oh, good job by Summers, who gets her jersey tugged on. Referee letting that one go as well. This one played up near side. Nice little bit of control there. Lighthouse winning the foul. Badovinac standing over the ball will back up reluctantly at this point, and Vanessa Pascalito going to try and get this one all the way to the 18. Pascalito opted for the shorter ball. Almost played into the corner, but another good job by the back line of Burlington. Badovinac. Pascalito giving chase. Masha giving chase, excuse me. Badovinac missed it. Coming forward is Flynn. Half volley across the pitch. Ellison snuffed that one out. Still Ellison. Good positioning by number 2 in yellow. She's been everywhere today. Calmly from Summers. Ellison. Pitch and catch along the far sideline. This is nice from Burlington. Who else? Mikolo, responsible for the cross on the first goal. Riggin's going to try to get her cross in onto the foot, but a little too hot, and a good job from Markham to make sure that they were the aggressors in there across the face of goal. It's going to skip over Badovinac, excuse me. Perez giving chase. Badovinac with her kept in, but it's going to run out for a goal kick as it'll run just a little bit too far, and job done for Perez. Any port in the storm. Here in the 64th minute, Cal McClellan pleased to bring you the description of the moving pictures of the under-21 Women's Championship. So Sophie Kleisen checking in, Katarina Gergic checking in, and Emily Lazenby checking in for Markham. Lazenby. Lifehouse. Giving chase. Bernstein doing well to shield. And Bernstein gives up the throw on the corner. If Markham's going to get something, they need something now. 2 goals down. But as is always the rule, you have to start with 1. Lazenby across the face of goal, went out for a goal kick. Well, thank you to Nuthers Signs and Recognition for their support of Ontario Soccer. Nuthers is your one contract reward recognition and signage source. Visit nuthers.com for more. www.nothers.com. Nuthers Signs and Recognition. Pushing forward. This is Flynn. It's just going to run a little bit too far for her. Sydney Bro. Knocking it out of play. It'll be a throw near side for Markham. This one will stay with Burlington. Thank you to IAC Imaged Advertising Creations for their support of Ontario Soccer. They are your one-stop shop for all your visual communications needs, from large format printing to digital signage. They can help you with all your needs. Visit iacgobig.com. That's iacgobig.com for more. Perez leaves it for Lazenby. Lazenby with a little bit of space now. Lazenby going in. Getting now down from behind, saying she got the ball was Riggin. She put the arm out on the side, and Lazenby went to ground almost immediately. Pascalito standing over this one is going to try and see if she can land one high. It's a nice chip. They're giving something to run onto, but it'll run out of play, and they will get a corner out of it. Good time to mention Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch. This one, a worm burner that was always heading behind the goal and not going to trouble the keeper whatsoever. Still a 3-1 lead for Burlington in the 68th minute of play here in the Under 21 Women's Championship. Bernstein giving chase. Flynn on the near side. Plays it back in. Smart football from Burlington. Mikolo takes a deflection off the hand of Perez, keeps going. And Masha, great ball. Riggins got wheels. That'll fall for her if she can get by Reiger. She does. On the end of it, second touch a little too heavy, but a touch. Maybe it will be a corner kick. It will be a corner kick. Good job by Riggin, realizing she probably didn't have the opportunity to get it across. They can get a corner kick out of it. Why not? Jaya Riggin. Her right foot. Box is packed. Ellison's in there. Just over the head of Ellison. Came right to Haley Summers, who would come up for her center back position. She's covered. Bernstein. Dessa. It's the only goal right now for Markham. Still Dessa. Bernstein in a battle with her. And Bernstein's going to start out to the right-hand side after playing catch with Mikolo. Regan. Riggin and Reiger, what a battle that's been all day. Playing back and all the way back, and it's going to run out of play, is not on the exact same page for Sophie Kleisen and Riggin, and I'm going to forfeit possession, and Dessa going to take this throw in, and we're in the 70th minute now, so 20 more minutes to find 2 goals for Markham. Couple great saves by Emma Chisholm, keeping her side in this contest. One in the first half, couple in the second. Lazenby to her right foot. And it's going to go all the way into the keeper and not going to trouble Pamola Tonegesi at all. But certainly a sense of aggression that we're seeing from Markham. A little bit more than before. Massia 1v5. Still Massia trying to find help playing the ball on the ground, and getting away with that is Emily Cerrone. Henderson and Summers in a bit of a battle. Going to be a substitution. While Melissa Lamanna checking in and grabbing a seat just for a moment will be Dessa, the goal scorer in the 6th. Fivehouse. It's going to go off her. I'm going to go back the other way. Henderson bumping in. Still Henderson. Still Henderson trying to find some room. No one with her. There's not a whole lot that she can do about that, and she's a little bit frustrated because she had no one with her that entire time where she's trying to make it work. Oh, it's a nice turn there. Lazenby now. Looking for help, plays it up the line. Henderson trying to give chase, but it's going to run a little bit too far. Cerrone playing back to her keeper. Pascalito playing wide. All the way up. Looking for Henderson. Ball turned over. Brow. A lot of space now. Gurgic. If she's got a left foot, she's got a good chance here. Gurgis stays on the ball, steps over it, then goes to ground. This one will stay in as Masha tries to do a back heel. Ball somehow still stays in play for being sent out for Vihouse. Trying to flick by. Flynn got there first, plays back. Bernstein pops it back in. Everyone's onside. A header missing it, and Gurgic will pick up the foul. It was on the receiving end of that. And standing over the ball. Which now it's going to be on the whistle, but it is relatively disappointing that they all can just stand over the ball and the referee cannot tell them to give room. Rendering the choice, you have to go on the whistle and you can't take it quicker, which I've seen officials on occasion say, do not crowd over the ball, and you have a warning to get away, rather than make it the call of Mikolo. Either way, Mikolo whips it near side, and a substitution, as it looks to be Flynn will check in. Well, excuse me, Flynn checking out. Kostishin checking in. And Buckner checking in as well. And Ellison will be checking out. Chantel Williams will come in for Markham. In the 75th minute, so 15 good minutes to go. Plus the part of the one we're in, plus any injury time. But if we're being honest, this game ends the second that Burlington finds the net one more time. If they do. And they've looked the part. It's going to be a foul throw. Flick on. Lazenby. Ball at her feet, can't find it though. Ball sent down, it's going to go all the way to Chisholm, not to her 18, unless she wants to take it back in, but she's outside her area, plays it to center back heading forward, and that's Pascalito sending it all the way up. Bernstein tries to go outside. It's a dangerous pass, but coming back to help her out was Clyson. Great play. Summers sending it out. Kostishin back to help. Williams. Played across. Henderson. Still Henderson trying to find room. Williams from distance chipping it up. Might be a good one. Over the bar. Very nearly snuck in that top corner. And watching it go over the bar and doing a good job is Paloma Tonegesi. And the call-up once again has been equal to every task and made every judgment right with the exception of that opening goal. Since then, Burlington certainly looking like the team who will be lifting the silverware in 20 minutes' time. It's a long road back at this point for Markham. I will say that Markham has looked better as this game's gone on. And not only their cohesiveness as a unit, but a lot of these players who we've seen in previous Ontario Cups, indoor cups, and various other establishments that we bring you on live stream have been and have shown the ability to make plays when plays matter. It was given away here. Gurgic played in. Kostishin. Buckner from distance. Buckner. Oh, that one didn't miss by much. Going over the bar, seeing it over as Chisholm, and Buckner had a very good hit from about 40 yards out. So Brianna Dessa was out momentarily for about a 10-minute break. She checks back into the game. 78th minute of play. 12 minutes plus change to find 2 goals. All while preventing one from being scored. Bernstein, low worm burner, finds its way to Badavodic. And realizing that she is going to win a corner as that one took a bounce, a solid play there by Badavinic. Across the face of goal, the punch from Chisholm, top of the box. Buckner, can she settle it? She can. It was always going up, and it hits the fencing in behind. Well, Marin Boyle and Watson checking in. Perez had to stop. Nothing going forward. Plays forward. That's a nice ball. Lamanna, Lazenby. Riggin loses it. Perez. Williams forward now. Lamanna. Perez. Still Perez. Ball across the face. Dessa. Keeper came. Dessa. Going to need support higher. Support comes. Bro. Plays square. Perez. Or excuse me, Williams turning. Now for Perez, but it's cleared out, and a good job on the instep by Mikolo. Settle down for Cerrone. Ball played in. Off the throw. Going to ground. Referee says it's fine. Perez, nice lead for Lazenby. From distance, a hit. It was always going wide. 25 yards out, a difficult shot to make at the best of times. 81st minute of play, still a 3-1 lead for Burlington. Back to take the kick is Buckner. Buckner sends this one high. Boyle misses the flick on to the header. Knocked back in and back out. Gurgic. Ball at her feet. Boyle has Mashia. Plays forward, but would not time up perfectly. Clayson was giving chase. Chisholm clears. Boyle has it, skips off her boot. Perez just trying to push forward. Or excuse me, Henderson trying to push forward. Perez will push to the left. Watson. That one off the thigh, and it comes all the way back to Henderson, who tries to go over. And the instep. Brow. Sending it wide, but not wide enough, and it's going to be Mashia. We'll hold on to it. Mashia trying to do a step over. Williams went right through her to grab possession, heading towards her own goal. Played through Lazenby. Good feet. Dessa, the goal scorer, and then flicked up and out, and having to run onto it is Henderson because Bernstein had to go backwards. Henderson has a chance if she can get it right, except this one is going to be kneed into the corner, and a little bit of time for Bernstein to save it from going out. Has a look upfield, plays near sidelines. Mashia in a bit of a fight, knocked to the ground, and it will be a free kick going the way of Burlington here in the 83rd minute. Bro, all the way back. Kostishin giving chase. Nice little bit of support there for Clayson. Clayson whipped in step up. Going to come to Clayson again as she chests to Masha if she can. Stepped up by Bernstein. Lazenby's got a runner if she wanted to go. Instead, she'll hold it. Mikolo. Good switch to the outside, finding Riggin. Riggin having to go back towards her own goal, but Mikolo there, taking the space. And Riggin. Riggin, long ball back in. Cerrone happy to get rid of it. Does well to hold possession. Watson now over the middle. Dessa. Henderson out of gas, so Dessa's going to have to go alone. Dessa with a shot, and it's right into the breadbasket. And an excellent save by Tony Gessie. She stood her ground, and a good job from Dessa. Saying that his side will get a few more chances. His head coach, Tony Bianchi. He believes there's at least one more. They'll need at least two more. Going to go out of play, and all of a sudden there's a little bit of momentum from White. Couple players checking in. So Reiger and Weithaus checking in. Ball's going to go to the corner. Whether it runs out is a different thing, as it's very slow. Henderson has to give chase, but does well to win a throw deep in that zone in the 85th minute now. As if the urgency was setting in before, it is at full peak right now as Dessa will stand over this one, ready to throw it in, looking for a target. Lazenby is that target. Lazenby doing well to get it back, except it runs all the way to Burlington. Lazenby, or Dessa, excuse me, doing well to hold on to it. Williams, nice switch. Ball popped in. Needed to find Perez, who was sitting closer to the middle. Ball in, foot race. Good job by Cerrone to get there first, send it towards the corner, but not concede one. So it's going to be Flynn, Ellison, and Badavanek all checking into the game. Ellison's had an outstanding game. It would be only fitting that she gets to finish it on the pitch. And Badavanek has been pretty good too. But for my money, I'd say arguably the biggest spark that this side has got in being able to control possession has been the second half play of Kiara Flynn. And number 13 will to be a last line of defense on the left-hand side. Bernstein, the sweeper. I've got the keeper back there, opted to give up the throw rather than play back to the keeper. Lazenby. Weithaus towards goal. Dessa! Oh, it went across the goal line. An opportunity there for a second from Dessa. She could not finish. She was very deep. And short of putting a little bit of spin on that one, I don't know how she would have gotten it in. Her body was taking her out of bounds. Ellison pushes forward. Ball taken off her. Mikolo going by everyone. One more. She's still finding her way down the field as Cerrone knocks this one up and off to the side. Riggin going to take a bounce off Watson. Still a 3-1 lead. Burlington Bayhawks can feel that under 21 Ontario Cup almost in their grasp. They scored 3 in the first half. They have played defensively sound in the second, save a few opportunities. It's going to be a throw-in for Burlington. Reiger's going to have time to get it to this one if she full stride. She does. Plays to the corner. Badovanak knocking it out of play. Reiger going to grab it, throw it back in. And the 90th minute now. We'll see how much they put on the board. Williams. Lazenby. Dessa trying to move forward. Dessa get into good position. Lazenby, a nice return pass. It's going to knock out, and Reiger's going to have to throw this one back in very quickly. We'll see how much time, but someone calling for a substitution on the ground, and she's too hurt to go. And that may quite affect the injury time that's put up on the board. Well, probably not what's on the board, but more likely what gets extended. But quick to her feet is Flynn, waving off medical needs, and she'll just get up and walk off, and they'll see if they can get a substitute for her right away. Also, that's me, in case we haven't met. It's Costison checking in for Flynn. Hope she's no worse for wear. And she'll have a lot to celebrate in a few minutes. I believe they put up 3 minutes on the board of extra time. Badovanak played forward. Buckner was making a run. Henderson has the ball come to her. Played inside. Livehouse, keeper coming all the way to the top of the box. Does just that. Time ticking away here into injury time. Burlington trying to salt away this one. Riggin attacking the ball through the air. Kostishin playing forward. Boyle. Push forward. Reiger to the outside. Ball taken off her boot. Badovanak runs out of play. Reiger. Dessa with a nice turn through her legs. Knocks that one forward. Henderson, ball forward. Lazenby cuts in, still at her feet. Lazenby, players getting backwards though, and Lazenby had nowhere to go. She was swarmed and no one running with her to knock it onto. Kostishin knocked into the middle. Boyle can go with the ball. She'll take the space she's given. Buckner trying to stay on side. She does stay on side. Off to the side, rushing to the box is Ellison. Buckner across the face of goal for back post. Nobody there. It'll go out for a goal kick. Emily Cerrone going to send this one in. Nice turn by Lazenby trying to find room. Long ball to run onto Weithaus. She can catch up to it. Probably a bridge too far at this point, which is truthfully what it's looking like on the comeback for Markham. They started to show a lot of life in the second half, but responding with good defense was Burlington, who have the ball on the far side of the field. And are seconds away from being crowned champions. Referee checking her watch. Boyle down the sideline. Watson giving chase all the way back. Chisholm sending it forward. Kostishin, a back pass. Buckner trying to get twisted around. It's going to go to Chisholm. Chisholm's got to hurry, though. Sent up. Kostishin holding on through the middle. It's been so good. Ball played in. Badovanak, left foot. Reiger getting there first. Clearing out. Gurgic leaving it. In step. Ellison. Still time. Looking for Lazenby if they can find her. Good ball in for Bernstein. Might get there first. Does, but bumps off. Lazenby And I guess they can say the ball was already in her arms before they got there, but... And that is it! The Burlington Bayhawks, your under-21 Women's Ontario Cup champions for 2018. Well, it was 3 goals, the most we've seen from anyone today. Also a game where both teams have found the net, which for the first time today we saw. And a wonderful game and good display of skill from both of these sides. And the long road for the Ontario Cup ended today. It's the Bayhawks, 3-1 winners over Markham in the under-21 women's. Thank you for tuning in. Under-21 men to follow in about half an hour.